Hi, Ed Genie here, with an agonizing offer that you're gonna hate. You can either actually fuck this pig, and only you know, or the whole world can believe they watched you fuck a pig. Now, you can explain to them all you want about how Ed Genie showed up and made you choose, but everyone's gonna think you fucked a pig.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually fuck the pig in private. I don't need to be have my reputation forever be the guy who fucked a pig. That's ridiculous, Ed Genie. That's a dumb. You should feel bad about yourself, Ed Genie. Like I thought that this was gonna be an agonizing decision. This was an easy decision. This is a 2-second decision.
Oh yeah! You know it's Tuesday night, which means it's time to bring you the best and the worst of the internet right here on Night Attack. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Brian Brushwood, live in Austin, Texas. Joining us from what I assume can only be Ohio, it's gotta be Justin Robert Young. Whoa, buddy, hey, buddy, what's going on? What's up, JRY?
Man, I love Ohio.
No, you're actually in what, Atlanta now, or North Dakota, Lina?
Keep going.
Are you in eastern Wyoming?
No.
Bananas, Georgia?
East
Bananas,
or west of the
Georgia?
Mason-Dixon line?
Oh man, Bananas, Georgia, my favorite part of Georgia. You know what their town slogan is, Brian?
Get out of here, darky. Like that's because they're racist, because it's Georgia, because everyone who's racist in Georgia. No? Oh, you're gonna. All right, fine.
Here's where the back and forth I thought was gonna go. Because it's Bananas, Georgia. I said, you know what the slogan is? I thought you were going to say, like, it's bananas or some kind of bananas pun. And then I was going to say a very simple, like, it's great. But instead you went way off the board and said something actually racist.
I mean, it's their slogan, man. I've been petitioning for them to change it for years. I think it's an awful slogan. I don't know why Bananas, Georgia is so racist, but I'm done with it.
I feel like you've short-circuited the show. I have no idea where to go. I thought it was a back and forth.
Look. All right, first of all, I
slur.
did was I put on my slippers, I shuffled on the shag carpet, and then I said, "Hey, Justin," and you were playing a video game, and I zapped you, and you were like, "Ah!" And then now we're ready. Let's go. Boom. Let's start it up.
Well, maybe somebody who could help us make sense of this is our co-host on the Weird Things podcast, a best-selling author. Ladies and gentlemen, your friend, my friend, the world's friend, Andrew Mayne.
Woo!
I don't know if I want any part of this, gentlemen.
Dude, yeah, you're not going to join
you, by the way. Dude, I feel like I'm reevaluating where I need to be on all
I'm
this.
sorry that you guys are protecting. I'm starting a campaign for Bananas, Georgia to change their town slogan.
I'm sorry,
and you guys are uncomfortable.
Let's get out.
I'm not going to play Sun City, man.
Clear out of Bananas.
Well, how can you defend Bananas, Georgia? Never.
Yes,
I will never.
You have no bananas.
I will never perform in Bananas, Georgia. I don't understand. Hey, so you know who else?
Googling Bananas, Georgia, right now.
You know who else won't perform in Banana, Georgia? MC Allergy has turned down a number of gigs in Bananas, Georgia. She mainly because she's also allergic to bananas.
I might be.
Wait, is that a real thing?
Yes, like apparently there's a lot of cross-contamination between latex and bananas because they cross-pollinate. So, like, you can actually, if you're allergic to latex, you can be allergic to
That's not how my
bananas.
health teacher explained that happened.
Well, before we call 911, we put out a new track. We've got two virgins. And only one banana.
Oh my goodness.
Justin, which do you want to hear a slice of? We got a Tropics joint and a Neshcom joint for this. What would you like?
The last one I heard was the Neshcom one. I don't think I've heard the full Tropics one.
Okay, so let's do tropics first. I have not heard the Neshcom one. So if
But do you want to play both, or do you want to play one and then maybe put it up for everybody else on other stuff?
We'll put them both up. They'll be in.
Well, of course. I mean, both. You can find them both on SoundCloud, either Neshcloud or Neshcom, or Tropics, TROPIX. I know it's like _18 something, but if you just search for Tropics, TROPIX, you'll be able to find it.
All right, so here's the first one I heard, which was the Tropics. Oh, geez. Sorry about that.
Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. 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 I'm allergic to eggs. Don't need mayo on my bread. Don't need nothing that makes me take dead. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. 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 I'm allergic to eggs. Don't need mayo on my bread. Don't need nothing that makes me take dead.
All right, and then this is the Neshcom version.
Well, and
called-
just hold on, just in case people didn't listen to last week's episode, we had yet another visit from the muse to MC Allergy. She was super sick and popped into her head by divine inspiration this new rap. She's taken down aioli like she is known to do. Write blistering diss tracks against various food products. And so we had two, not one, but two of the producers that always make music for this fine show create these tracks. So that was Tropics' version, which I think the beat is insane. I kind of have a hard time finding the words there. I think the words come out a little crisper in the Neshcom version.
I have not heard the Neshcom version, so I'm hearing this for the first time.
Yeah! Ooh!
I wish you could see Bonnie right now.
Hey! Call 911! Don't need mayo on my breads. Don't need nothing that makes me dead. If it's thick and white, there's probably egg in sight. If it's creamy and slick, it'll make me sick. You slopping that glop, you know it gotta stop. You say it ain't sick, then why it's so thick? You slopping that glop, you know it gotta stop. You say it ain't sick, then why it's so thick? You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Allergic to eggs, don't need mayo on my breads. Don't need nothing to puke on my kids. That silver cup of goo leaves me with nothing to chew. I'm sending this back, so I don't lose my crap. I'm sending this back, so I don't lose my crap. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli. Don't give me aioli. Give me. Don't go. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. You don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Don't give me aioli, you ain't holy. Gonna drill. Happy 10. Use fresh
Keep going.
Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing. Oh, wait. Stop. What? Oh, there we go. Oh, it does like a playlist thing. Holy cow, Neshcom, slaying it, as always.
Man,
That's why we brought world-renowned music critic Andrew Mayne. Andrew, the newest from MC Allergy. What do you think?
I'll tell you what. I'm actually tomorrow taking this out. I'm gonna pitch straight out of Austin, and I'm gonna do the whole film. I'm gonna do the whole movie about this, about the rough and tumble world of suburban housewives and allergens. You've not seen struggle until you've seen,
By the way,
making sure that your lunchroom's peanut free.
Oh my
I think
God.
like we are dangerously getting closer and closer with every song to a full MC Allergy
Holy
album.
cow.
I know.
like- Like we are like this is gonna be a joke where like Bonnie just keeps coming up with these things and people keep putting beats on them until we have an actual like it's gonna be a joke until it's not a joke at all. Like we're going to have an album that will be on sale.
Oh, dude, and we're gonna be one of those guys that that release it, and the comments are just gonna be like, "What were you thinking? Is this real?"
I don't know, man. I feel like this shit could be Facebook official, man. Like there are a lot of the core demo is on Facebook.
I'll tell you what,
Oh my God.
Moms who are interested in their kids' food allergies and also listen to rap music is a demo, baby. Like that's out there.
I'll tell you what. So like we as they say in the chat that we dropped that mixtape, and there should be like a I don't know, like a 4-minute documentary, black and white,
Oh, God.
super hardy, with Bonnie talking
That's
about what
funny.
it's like. Oh man.
Bonnie, what's your reaction after hearing it?
Oh, well, I got to tell you a story. I hear the first one, and I really appreciate that it's got this, like, I don't know where aioli originated, but it has this kind of beat that sounds...
like maybe it comes from where aioli comes from.
All
Yes,
right,
it's-
Bonnie, careful with what you say next. Let's not
Like,
go bananas
Yeah,
here.
this ain't bananas,
This ain't
Georgia.
bananas,
You can't
right.
make those
We don't go
rash
bananas.
assumptions.
I don't think. Well, no. I'm
It
not
sounds
saying
Mediterranean, is
anything.
what you're saying.
Yeah, it just sounded like it's got.
Swapping that blunt.
Yeah.
You gotta stop.
So I enjoyed that
That
flavor. That
Okay.
flavor. Might I put that out? I'm MC Allergy.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, talking about flavor, and then.
Okay, did you just explain your
I
own
did.
reference? Okay, all
I
right.
did. Isn't that terrible? I thought you missed it. Your blank expression. It was actually. I'm going to ignore that. It wasn't.
All right,
Then-
so
but then
what-
the other one, I play it. I'm like, I see it this morning out on my run, and I was like, oh, this might make it into my run mix, because
somebody, what are the
not because my voice or anything, but I like the beat.
well, as they said in the chat room, you could fuck a girl with this beat. Is what somebody said.
Hey, listen, man, it's science.
That's a review.
Hey man, what are we up to? We I guess we should tease what's coming up later in the episode. Is inspired by what, a 40-minute discussion from us last night. Right?
Absolutely, man. There was an emergency meeting of the Weird Things boys last night. Me, Brian, and Andrew got on the horn to discuss the big news. Spider-Man is now going back to the Marvel fold. It's going to still be Sony's property, but he's going to be able to come in and out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel's going to have a hand in the new solo Spider-Man movies. So there's a lot of superhero talk. It made us feel like we feel whenever we see somebody have success. How can
Jealous.
we get a little piece of that? Huh? How are we
Yeah.
going to wet our beaks? So we're going to come up with the help of the chat room, which has been churning all day. We're going to develop a big old pile of superheroes that we're going to be able to sell to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, since apparently they're buying anything. They're taking Spider-Man now.
Well, it's not just the Marvel Cinematic Universe. DC is doubling down. They got the Suicide Squad movie coming out. They're trying to build out their whole consistent universe. So it's like, apparently, movie people are buying universes. TV people are buying universes. Netflix is buying universes. So we just got to kind of build our universe. So earlier today, we tweeted out asking everyone to send over if Diamond Club, if Night Attack had its own cinematic universe, what would the superheroes be in it? And we got some fantastic photoshops and stories that we're going to get to in a bit. Is there any, normally this is our catching up stuff. The only thing I did this week is I went to Vegas and then came back. It was like just a there and back. I did like a short 10-minute panel over at the NSA, not the cool one that spies on you, but the equally cool one that talks at you, the National Speakers Association. And I don't know. That's all I did and ran and swam. What about you guys?
Where do I start? I was at Disneyland Friday. I did do that.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Now you go to Disneyland a lot. Is there anything that you discover like on your 20th, 30th visit? Or are you always looking for little things? Or are you
I
running
hate
around?
people. I do.
Playing bingo?
No, it's one of the things where like you pick up on how much detail's there. And one of the things, like, I have friends that have gone there for years, and I'm like, I'm going to show you something that maybe you never realized. And one of the things I do is I take them over to, the popcorn machines where they have the popcorn poppers over there.
Sure.
If you go look in the popcorn machines, they have this little tumbler that's spinning around in this little machine that, like, a little mini, like, here's how it's made. There's always a little character inside there turning that. And wherever you're at, it's a different character. If you're in front of, let's say, the Haunted Mansion, it might be a ghost turning that. If you're at another part of there, it might be some, like, Toonland or whatever, like Toontown. It's like a clown or something. It's like this little slave labor working at Disneyland, turning the popcorn. These little mini characters that are always there, like, making popcorn.
And do they, like, never have a duplicate of it, or like they theme everything to different areas?
They're always themed, as far as I can tell. Like, every place it's different, so it's a little stylistic thing that's kind of interesting. They don't have to do that detail, but you can go there and just look at the popcorn machines to see the different little characters that are forced, they're trapped and have to work there making your popcorn.
Dude, I'll tell you what, in the last 10 years, I've seen a total I have done a complete 180 on my attitude with Disney. I never cared for the fairly politically correct era of the 90s, man, are they killing it. They do nothing but delight and surprise. Like, back in the BB Live show, I remember us chatting and gossiping about, oh no, Disney's buying Marvel, what's that going to mean? And what it meant was the Avengers. And then they bought Pixar, and of course
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's like, buying Star Wars. I have nothing but blind faith in Disney in pretty much all things delighting me now.
The Bob Iger years really was a big turnaround for it. And he is a guy that really... Eisner was the guy that many times for Disney tried to go for cost cutting on things, and kind of wanted to put his stamp on stuff, where Iger has very much been, let the people who do great things, whether it be Pixar, be Marvel, or Lucasfilm, or bring people in to take care of those franchises. And excited. But the little popcorn people are awesome, though.
Right. The other thing that happened over the past week was we got to interview Chris Taylor from How Star Wars Conquered the Universe. If you haven't listened to that Weird Things podcast, we've been gushing about that book forever. It is, in I think all of our opinions, like the definitive history of the Star Wars story, right?
It is, absolutely. It's an amazing book. Either get the book or the audio book. And we had him on the Weird Things podcast on After Things, and I'm thinking, like, he's going to be like, all right, nerds, just give me your Star Wars questions, whatever. I mean, he certainly knew how to throw out a line or two, but this is a guy that loved Star Wars and did a very, very passionate, but he's an experienced journalist, so it wasn't just this slobbering kind of account. It's a really, really good exploration of that. We can't recommend that book enough. And Chris was such a cool guy. He's at Future Boy on Twitter.
He was very, very cool.
Absolutely. No, he was, and also, I mean, he's the deputy editor at Mashable too. So it's like he's a guy of the internet. So he was like very excited to be like live for a podcast. Like, that's why he came down and like he did it live from my apartment.
Which, by the way, your home set, one of the things that we've talked about as far as growing the show and the way this will segue nicely into our pitch for Patreon, part of the way that we've been able to invest the money that you guys have invested in us is we've talked about the importance of having two spaceships, since both of us have nutty schedules, and the ability for each of us to stream and to handle switching aspects for it is where we want to grow. And that two-person set looks amazing, Justin.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's a constant frustrating mess, and hopefully it's not a terrible waste of time and money.
So, am I right? Did I see that you have a teleprompter now? Are you teleprompting this episode?
I'm not in my
everything we say is from a script.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm not in the apartment, but Ashley did one of her family members, I think her uncle, built her a wooden teleprompter.
Holy cow.
You just have like a little thing and you throw an iPad in there and you have like the free teleprompting or like fairly cheap teleprompting software. So it just we throw the Canon behind it and boom. We have like an actual
topic
thing
at hand. I'm on the Patreon page for Night Attack.
Hold on. Patreon. What is that page right there?
Patreon.com/Night Attack.
Okay, got it. Yeah, no, I'm here now too.
Yeah, now I know you guys. You're doing great. You guys are a very successful Patreon in general. You have a really good fan base, but you're dangling under 2,000 right now.
We've been hovering around there.
Yeah, we don't want to hover, Brian. We love rockets. We love space. We love going orbital. We love that. And I don't know if it's a psychological thing, but I'm snapping my fingers.
Well, here's what I'll say is I think we haven't really we haven't really really tried to pump the 2,000 level in.
I am.
I know you are. We I think we've been a little lenient on it because we've got a lot of other Patreons that all of us have launched. That we want to be respectful to everybody to be able to put it and support our Weird Things Patreon stuff like that. So it's like we've tried to leave it and just let it be, and we're very, very happy where it's at. However, where I feel like we are going to have success is to goose people who might want access to things. We want to make it a value plus situation. I can say this. Over the next 2 months, I think I'm going to spend like a full 2.5 weeks of it in Austin, Texas. I'm going to have 2 weekends in a row, the next 2 weekends, and then South by, which I might put a few days on either side of, in Austin, which means me and Brian will be live in the same place, which means maybe some more album recording. And I think what we need to do is just have a date that we just say, hey, listen, if you didn't get any of the old EPs or
just give away everything for
LPs,
Patreons?
yeah, we'll just do, listen, on this day, just sign up for the Patreon for a day. We'll have it be in March. Maybe it'll be my birthday. Maybe it'll be March 5th or something. Maybe we'll do something like that. And then next thing you know, we'll have whatever we record over these next few weekends. The Captain Morgan one, the Veronica Belmont one, and boom, this is the time for you to stock up on that.
I'll tell you what, maybe for I don't know, maybe patrons who give more than a nickel, we can unlock like some vaults, because we got hours and hours in the vaults that we can open. Maybe you have to give 50 cents.
I don't know. I think those are pretty good locked away.
Some of them will remain locked away.
Story. There was an ambitious network that launched to change the face of news and content and information. I won't say it was Current TV. I'm not going to say that's what it is, because I'm not going to say that. Okay.
Sure.
But one thing, they try, but they don't get enough support. Now, some people might say the content. Some people might say that just wasn't really there. But the end of the story is they sell themselves off to an oil oligarchy. They sell themselves off to Middle Eastern powers that now can control that.
I just realized.
I'm going to tell you, they got the good deal. You guys aren't going to get that deal. The people have been coming and buy you.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you, corporate interests. We would never sell to any of you.
We don't know where all that Nazi gold went to. I'm just saying.
Like the Nazi wildebeest.
That's totally bananas.
All right.
Guys, just do the math. I'm not trying to scare anybody. But if that's what happened to Current TV, what happens here?
He's just asking questions, people.
Yeah,
Andrew Mayne,
by the
asking
way,
questions.
Because I love him so dearly, T2T2, the major domo of this show in so many different ways, just says to Andrew's claim, we never know where that Nazi gold went. Matter of factly, actually, we found it in Greece.
That's what they want you to think.
Yes.
All right, Justin.
So there we go. Yeah, we'll have more details on that, but definitely we'll. I mean, whenever I'm in Austin for more than 24 hours, we usually wind up knocking out recording and everything.
Well,
so
and this is the other thing. Like Justin texted me saying like $227, and I'm like, bleh. He's like, round trip Oakland to Austin, $227. I was like, whoa. He's like, I should fly in once a month, and it's like, well, yes, at that rate, and the reverse true. I should fly out once a month. Like we want to really grow this thing, and we feel like we've had a really good streak.
And by the way, we have,
lately,
and we've been able to pay a few people, who are involved, including T2T2 and Cheeto. We're tossing them not as much as they deserve, but certainly, a little bit just to say thank you. So, it's a big big enterprise, and hopefully we'll continue to make it bigger, including the studio. And I don't mean to say it's like, Brian, you know, when you're building the studio and everything, it's not, it really, like, so much of it is your own ego, and like you're dealing with the technology and stuff that you have no idea how to use. And so it's like, I spent all Saturday getting that side of the room ready for the Chris Taylor.
Oh, and then in walk me and Andrew wearing sunglasses, be like,
oh, no.
Sounds like
30
crap.
minutes before, I spend 30 minutes on Skype voice testing everything with Neshcom, our producer for Weird Things, with the Lavs. And then next thing you know, Chris Taylor sits in and it's like, yeah, this all sounds like shit. Like, can we please make it not sound like shit? Which is fine. And we had the backup plan and everything, but it's like, it is, man, you do one thing right, and like almost like good writing. The one thing that's solved adds 3 more questions that continue the quest.
I walk in and I go, is there any porn on the coffee table? No. Good to go.
Ready to go. Neshcom was watching live. Did it sound different when you're watching on the live stream? I don't want to get bogged down in all this stuff. Let's jump in on our sales pitch here. Now, we had Chatrealm create their list of superheroes, so I guess we'll decide, maybe we'll give a thumbs up, thumbs down on whether or not they make it cut into the universe.
What we want is, like, the big thing in Hollywood, the buzzword is these mega franchises, not just to have one superhero that you can do a couple movies every year. It's to build out a big team. Why was Sony talking about a Sinister Six movie or an Aunt May movie? Because they're trying to make the most out of just a few little characters.
Wait, is that a real thing? They talked about an Aunt
May movie.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Like,
Oh, no.
Miss Daisy with Aunt
Yeah,
May.
no, there was a rumor of Aunt May prequel where she's a super spy.
What?
Oh,
Oh my God, that's amazing. All right, well, look, if they're...
What
That
we want is
word,
we want
Brian,
a team,
I don't
an
think it means
ensemble.
what you
They've got to
think it
have their
means.
elements they play. There's got to be backstory, interactions, who slept with who's really secretly whose father, all of this. Because we want to build a big mega universe. We want to have a calendar. We want to release a calendar of all of the feature films stretching out into infinity. We're going to plan the toy figures. Like, the best word we learned from talking to Chris Taylor is toyetic. Toyetic is very, very critical.
Which, by the way, I can't remember. Maybe it was Justin was the one who told me this, but that's what I heard. Like the finale of Iron Man 3. It was Jason Murphy was telling me this. And this might be rumor, but from what he heard, the whole was it Operation House Party or whatever, when all the Iron Man suits come out and then they blow up beautifully. Like, that whole finale was allegedly because the original script, they got kicked back and they're like, needs more toys. And so they went and they're like, well, we could design just a bunch of crazy ass Iron Man suits that come out for all for one, curtain call. And so that's what they went for.
I bet. So toyetic, guys. Toyetic.
I'll tell you what,
All right,
Max
here we go. Listen, I got a bunch of these here. These were submitted by Chatrealm over today. Do you want me to read? Are we cherry picking, or are we just reading them and like giving them thumbs up and thumbs down?
No, we'll cherry pick them. But I do want to give a shout out to Max Trollbot in the chat room, who proposes, I think, what should be our first superhero, George R.R. Martin man, kills everyone for no good reason.
Okay.
He brings joy to people's lives and then stabs them.
I like that George R. R. Martin man is somebody that people keep telling to, like, fulfill his destiny and solve crime, and yet he's kind of just more interested in the New York Giants and running his movie theater in Santa Fe.
And describing food in exquisite detail. It was honey poured over thunder.
Every time he gets like some big public Twitter backlash, he's like, well, I'm only writing one letter for today.
Does he do that? You're talking about that it's on his typewriter.
Well, apparently,
that's it. Not writing today.
I guess they said officially don't expect the new book this year, that 2016 at the earliest.
Well, and there's rumors that they'll even, like, the TV show could very likely wrap up before the books do.
Oh, no, it's going to happen now.
And to be honest, I'm okay with that. I am so okay with that. That's how good the show is.
Here we go. Here's our first superhero.
All right.
Dr. Sparkles.
Uh-oh. Dr. Sparkles. There we go. His, God damn it. His power, ability, or skill is he is a unicorn whisperer. And we have a photo of Dr. Sparkles.
So there we go. He was abandoned when he was a child in the mountains of North Korea, but he was adopted and raised by mighty pink unicorns. Since then, he can call on unicorns to save the world.
How many movies can this get us, Andrew?
Well, here's the thing that we have. If we say the mountains of North Korea, and although we do know because of the great leader that they do have unicorns in North Korea, if we make it China box office is big, guys. It's really, really, really big. You only get 25% of the box office in China as opposed to like 40% in other foreign countries. But it could be, it could be a big payday. It may not do well domestically here, although I like the demographics it hits. So it hits girls. It hits the bronies.
Let's not say it hits girls. This ain't Bananas, Georgia. Come on, man.
50 Shades of Gay. 50 Shades of Gray.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
50 Shades of Gray. That's. Listen, let's not judge.
Look, all right. So he has to be a superhero then. He can't be a bad guy in our universe. If we're gonna set him in China.
The Magneto thing. He could play both sides of the fence.
All right.
It goes both ways, Brian. Right. That face goes both ways.
I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd. All right, Justin, who in Captain Dr. Sparkles? Dr. Sparkles. Oh,
Dr. Sparkles. I feel like Dr. Sparkles is in. Hey, real quick side note. You want to know my favorite part about Kim Jong-un?
Okay.
What's that?
Like that dude is great. Remember that one time that he organized an attack on Sony and liberated Spider-Man? Like, I, for one, would like to welcome dear leader. I feel like he's given us many gifts.
Well, and actually, you're not even kidding. You were talking about what's her name was the one that got really put through the ringer over the whole hacking thing, and it was her emails that caused the biggest furor, right?
I think he's just great. Not as much. Jeez. I was going to read this one. All right, here. I'm just going to read this. We might need to skip by this, all right?
All right.
This is number 9.
We're spitballing, all right?
Night Fist.
Night Fist. It sounds great.
His power, ability, or skill is to invade your home and fist you at midnight.
No, that's maybe he's a villain. No,
he's like, oh, crime, I'll give you the fist.
There's, guys, I'm thinking the toy potential here.
The toy potential. Actually, you know what? There's niche markets that could go over very well.
We've seen those action fist hands before.
Let's.
Yes,
like
we
the
have.
big fists. Remember those?
Yeah, sure. I remember actually watching. There was a Shark Week episode of MythBusters, and they're all like, "We're gonna, will punching a shark make it stop? We're using these novelty fists." And if you look, there are two fists. One has like the Cobra Strike look, and the other has the Bill Clinton kind of like both of them are clearly sex toys, but they with a straight face hook it up to a robot, and so this robot is trying to like fist the nostril of a shark, and it goes. So let's put a pin in that one.
Yeah. I got another one here. It's 16.
That's bananas.
It's our very own Weird Things producer and the guy who made that song earlier, Neshcom.
Oh my gosh.
So his skills are making incredible noises and things. Here's his story. Mother Earth wept tears of blood the day he was born. Dropped out of preschool after being recruited by the man at the age of 3. Was first seen doing a full set of monkey bars with one hand at the age of 2. Worked for the company during his formative years. And then another 14 chapters of preamble for Neshcom.
He built a fortified compound out in the desert. He's out of the bones of his enemies.
It's being added to as we talk.
Currently commands a legion of bearded babies that will murder you in your sleep.
Just go ahead. I really just wanted to bring this up so we could take a look at that image.
Reality as we speak. Like if I say he knows that Andrew's thinking of Skittles right now, that would actually appear in his description because that would really weird me out.
For the record, if you're listening to the audio, the image is just this awesome photo of Neshcom with a bandit mask crudely painted on his face, and for no apparent reason, a
donkey?
seal and a donkey just floating in the background.
I gotta tell you, anybody who can sit through my rough cut of a terrible track and actually make music, put it into music. Because I see what happens. Like, Brian, when he was editing, was like, you have to play it over and over again. So to, tolerate my rough cut.
Oh,
He's
to
got
hear it. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's got superpowers.
I'm going to suggest that Neshcom might be, and I'd love to see the rest of the body of the text just for a moment, but I'm going to suggest he might be like our WB TV show.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, that maybe we could give him a smaller role in the movies, and then let's see. I don't see Skittles in there. He's wanted, so he's a bad guy. He's wanted for 497 counts of copyright infringement, 21 counts of assault on a copyright enforcement officer, 6 counts of grand theft, 2 counts of grand larceny, 1 count of gross indecency. Is considered armed and dangerous. Also, the chat room, man, Diamond Club. Don't ever mess with them. Those are the novelty fists from Mythbusters. I feel like this could be one of our superheroes. This could be Night Fist.
Night Fist.
It's the Asylum version of RoboCop.
Isn't there a song like Night Fist? I don't know, from the 80s.
There's about to be now.
Keep going, Bon.
Your wish is our command.
Just give us a few lines.
Just a few of them, though, just so we can. I don't know. Maybe I remember it.
Remembering the Night Fist. I can't know. It was some kind of like.
Do you remember any of the verses though?
No. Ooh, I'm turning beet red. I'm flush here.
Beet red. You're beat with those fists.
Yeah,
those night fists.
I mean, but if it was gonna have a verse though, like how do you think it would go? Like what do you think it would sound like?
I think it would have one of those 80s kind of like smooth talking tracks, like "Ooh, baby."
Is that an 80s thing?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like that one with the rain.
Shut up and let her go. Just let her go.
He's walking like that one that was like, "I see you walking in the rain, holding hands." Night Fist.
Oh, I think I remember that one. No. Wait, there was another line right after that. Like, what did it say after that?
I was crying about it, Night Fist.
I like the idea that he just describes these beautiful little scenes and then shouts, "Night Fist!" as he jumps out of the shadows and just punches them.
Well, it was his girl. It was his girl, and she's walking with somebody else. So that's where the Night Fist comes into action. That's why you gotta have 2, 1 for each of them. Night Fist. You know, it takes a little punk turn.
Okay, this is our best villain. This went from a big
Night
character.
Fist, yeah, no, Night Fist really. I'll tell you what, he got a little polish in the writers' room, and. I'll tell you what, somebody really rolled their sleeves up and went to town on Night Fist.
Somebody, like he's got his own theme song now and everything. All right, what else do we have, Justin?
How about the Troll Pope?
The Troll Pope, of course.
He's the guardian of morals, a server of banishments and absolutions. His weakness is that he's totally incapacitated by a good joke.
Yeah, that's true. Good guy or bad guy? TV or movies? Andrew?
You know, I'm feeling kind of an Iron Man Bishop vibe.
Oh, yeah. He's like our version of Bishop, right?
I mean, listen, right now, let's be real here, folks. Popes are hot. Like that Pope out there, he's doing all sorts of Pope stuff. He's poping around, making the Pope sing like he's never sung before. I feel like right now, Troll Pope, we're in the market for this, baby.
God, by the way, it continues to be magic to watch everybody editing the document real time. That's all right. What else we got, Justin?
So we have a couple here. I mean, this one, I don't know if we'd be able to get the rights. This is number 12. It's Anthony Carboni.
Oh, wait a minute. This asshole has the power to forever evade night attack. Ooh, his beard is better kept than Justin's.
Ooh, he has the power to interrupt Brian on G-Chat with hilarious stuff.
Ooh, everybody thinks his podcast with Jeff Kanata is both witty and insightful. Ooh.
Ooh, he has the credibility to be a comedian and a science host on the internet.
Here, let's take a look at this link here. Yeah, go to. Ooh, I'm Anthony Carboni.
Do you ever make shirts? Does anybody ever like put that on T Fury or something? I kind of feel like that needs to get made, and we need to send one to Anthony.
Has he seen it? Has he? Why is this
I
not?
know he's seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, why
Because
is
he
it-
came on right after we did that bit.
I don't know why it's not his Twitter avatar right now.
It should be.
He's probably
I mean,
too busy. With his...
Ew, I'm Anthony Carboni. I didn't put this as my Twitter avatar. Which, by the way, I don't know if the episode I did with him and Jeffrey, We Have Concerns, is out now, and I told them that I would plug it on the show, and I don't think we've had a chance yet. So go ahead and check that out. We Have Concerns. I believe it's called Sit Down, Stand Up, and Die.
Okay, we've got this one here. We've got Nose Man. This is a new entry. He can smell fucking great. Weakness, can't fight crime in the rain. He's an Asian gentleman, Indonesian Michael Jackson impersonator whose parents were horribly killed in a shit fire. He grows a second nose on his forehead so he can fight smelly, smelly crimes with his face.
Andrew?
Guys, I'm not going to lie. Right before this podcast, I was doing a patent search for Google, and I found out they've actually patented a way to route you to a destination avoiding smells that your friends think would be unpleasant.
Oh, great.
I'm not making that up. I was curious because, they're doing a thing with Mattel, and anyhow, it could be a way, it could be a high-tech thing that, it's just there. And, the nose on the face, smell what's in front of you, and you can smell what's in back of them.
That's true. Maybe, Professor was it Farnsworth that Fry's grandson had the smelling telescope, and now I'm going to move straight on next to the next one. What else we got?
Well, we got a couple here. So many longtime listeners to this and other versions of this show might remember the Ad Dragon.
Wait, I'm sorry. The Ad Dragon?
The Ad Dragon. Yeah, you used to be a person on here who would read our ads. There's apparently they're building out that universe here. We have the Dad Dragon, the Bad Dragon, the Fad Dragon, and the Lad Dragon.
Well, and what's the difference between them?
Well, the Dad Dragon fell deeply and madly in love and married his lovely wife. They had a son, the Lad Dragon, who was well-adjusted thanks to the Dad Dragon's superb parenting. The Dad Dragon is changing the world one great parenting decision at a time. He knows that the only real and true changes come from a result of slow and steady progress, and thus his real superpower is the saintly patience of a parent.
I am feeling like this is our answer to the withering Fantastic Four movie franchise, right?
Sure. And then if maybe that's not hip enough for you, we have the Fad Dragon.
Dude, this is great. And what does he do?
As a child, the Fad Dragon was always one step ahead of the other little kids at his school. He was onto parachute pants, swastikas, members only jackets, Rubik's Cubes, well before his little friends. Sadly, though, the Fad Dragon never developed the ability to leave those fads behind as he grew up. Now, as a middle-aged superhero, he is perpetually stuck in the past, always awkwardly 10 years. Chuck Norris jokes have just come to his attention, and he is perpetually confused as to why he can't find a Blockbuster to rent his favorite DVDs.
In. Dude, this is perfect. All right, so what's the team of dragons called? This whole family.
I don't know. And then, of course, the Bad Dragon is the nemesis to the Ad Dragon. I don't know. I mean, Dragons team? Dragon friends? Dragon squad?
Ex-dragons.
Dragon age?
Dragon Force.
I've got a suggestion.
Big Jim says Big Dragon 5, Gaggle Dragon.
Gaggle Dragon. Gaggle Dragon, I like.
I think we need to have like a lovable, roguish kind of guy and call him the Cad Dragon. Like he's a cad.
Yeah.
Is that too old fashioned?
I don't.
Oh,
I
let's
don't know.
just
Wait,
go
but what
bananas.
would the Cad Dragon, if he were to work himself into a Night Fist lyric, like how would that go?
Oh my goodness. He puts on his hat and he grabs his umbrella and walks into the rain and Night Fist!
It gets night fisted.
We missed a great suggestion there too of another member of the team, which is the Drag Dragon. I saw it go by in the chat room.
Maybe. What about the Dragon Gaggle? Can we call it like?
I like yeah. Either the Gaggle Dragon or the Dragon Gaggle. I feel like either way we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
What about one that speaks about when censoring and call it the Gag Dragon?
Okay.
Okay, now this
I
is
gotta
too
admit,
much
how
fun.
did the
Gag
This is a
dragon work
bad-
into Night
Ooh,
Fist,
no
Bonnie?
good.
So I feel like they should all be like maybe the ad dragon was like their son who went to try to make his way after he left the mill, right? And getting the news out. But then he comes back after, they're all splashed with toxic waste or something, and they all get superpowers.
Yeah, I feel like that works. I mean, this screams to me Saturday morning cartoon, right? Like this
Yeah.
as a very kid centric situation.
What if they were furries trapped in their costumes?
Ooh.
Oh man, they were all
There's like
cosplaying
some
as
furry
various
sweat
dragons.
party, and they just sex party, and they just sweat over each other, and it sticks. And they can't
was
peel
like-
them off.
Yeah, that sweat somehow had some kind of superpower.
There must
to
have
it.
been some magic.
Maybe they have no powers. They just look like they do, but they don't.
Oh, wait a minute. We got the Night Attack Knight that might attack Night Attack. His power ability skills are Intimidation, Menace, and Old John Smokey makes a pretty sweet living with his spoons and whatnot until a freak acid accident, radioactive sockman / nervous breakdown, inspires him to don holy armor crafted by the god of Bone Earth. With it, he anonymously menaces the hosts of a beloved niche comedy podcast under unknown criteria. Do you think, would that be like the giant surprise is that it's actually Old John Smokey?
I mean, listen, if you want to give away the ending of the first fucking movie, then sure. Why don't we just go ahead and just spoil everything?
Let's dial it back. We got to get who should direct this one, Andrew?
Well, we'll get J.J. Abrams so he can start saying, it's not Old John Smokey. It's not Old John Smokey.
And they'll have specially dubbed audio where he's just like he's playing like the I don't know, a comb instead of a spoon, so it's not him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian. There is one final superhero that I feel like we definitely need to bring up. It's number 25.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't say Pol Pot because somebody definitely put in
Oh,
actual
my gosh.
picture of
There's
Pol
a couple
Pot.
on here that are really funny, and I'm not gonna say, but
Uh,
I'm just gonna go ahead and say the numbers just so everybody knows I laughed. But 18, 29. Yeah, there's a lot of really funny.
All right, that's enough of that. Everyone's jumping in. Wait a minute, number 25. It says Squarespace Man. He's a website builder, content organizer, and design wizard. Is that real?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be great if it was real? Wouldn't it be great if, like, Squarespace Man, like, you're in the middle, like, you're walking down with your new girlfriend. She just got out of a relationship. And all of a sudden, out jumps a guy going, Night Fist! And you're like, I got to get the word out about my predicament. And I need it to be fast, easy, reliable hosting that's distributed so it won't go down. And that you can make a website even if you're not well versed in the HTML. And Squarespace Man shows up and he's like, "Shut up, jerk!" And then he just slaps you with a website.
I mean, that'd be good. Like, I'm not saying that's not a good idea. That's a very interesting idea. I think it has a lot of room to grow. Unfortunately, I'm just reading the text right here. Squarespace Man is a guy who walks into a space and then says, "This would be great for accounting."
No. Like, we got to workshop this. What?
I mean, like, your idea is good, right? I'm saying that's an improvement. But right now, Squarespace Man is only written, his only line is walks into a place and says, "Nice space. Anybody want to have a sock hop?" That's his
No.
only line in the script.
All right, that's up until he gets electrocuted and merges with the internet, where he grows and eventually comes to dominate all the way to the point where they release new versions of Squarespace, and they Squarespace Man like forms a partnership with Jeff Lebowski, and there's awesome like Vision Quest audio tapes that benefit charity, and it's all at squarespace.com.
But so what happens on squarespace.com? Is it a guy who says like, "Hey, nice space. Want to organize socks?" Is that what's there?
No. He seduces you in with a free 2-week trial. You get to try it out. You get to build websites. And just when you think you can get out, you're trapped forever because you can't resist signing up. And when you sign up, you use promo code
NAP. It stands for Night Attack Podcast, but for any other website service, it stands for taking a dirt nap, motherfuckers. You overpriced pieces of shit. Squarespace is running this game, son.
Have you listened to any of the? I said Jeff Lebowski because clearly Jeff Bridges is just cosplaying as himself forever. Have you listened to any of the Dreaming with Jeff tapes?
No, like it's a whole album.
Yeah, no, it's like multiple. It's like hours or something. It's here. Here we go. Let's take a listen. And it's like you pay what you want, and then proceeds go to we'll find out which charity. But this was all cooked up by the guys over at, I assume, Squarespace. Night Fist!
I was showing incredible restraint.
I got this thing upside down here.
This is amazing!
Sleeping tapes. I love that idea. And all that it implies, Sleeping tapes. Sleep, of course, implies waking up. Tapes imply recording, sharing things.
Night Fist.
Sort of implies, the past and the future. Things recorded in the past to share.
All right, I'm so listening to this. I'm so sleeping with this.
So yeah, there's multiple albums. That's amazing. Well, listen, you can go ahead and take it out. Go ahead and check out. But what's that website there, Brian?
Squarespace.com. It's right there, or I guess it's Dreaming with Jeff is
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
links to.
I know they had a special URL because when you get the annual plan, you get a URL with it. It's super awesome. Go ahead and check it out. Squarespace.com. Use the offer code NAP.
Holy cow. Yeah, man. What else we got on the agenda? Do we want to share some of the highlights about our wild speculation? Oh, you found out a bit of news about they are doing back in high school thing. I was anti Spider-Man still in high school. You were pro Spider-Man in high school, and I think you may have convinced me.
That was I think the report from Variety was they're saying that they're going to set Spider-Man in high school. But yeah, it's Kevin Feige has said he doesn't want to do origin stories. That Marvel's done with that for now, and that's been played out. So I don't think we're going to have to get another hour of him being bit by a radioactive spider and all that. And I like the idea of let's move past. I mean, everybody gets it now. Everybody's on page with what it means to be Spider-Man. So I'm all for that. I think I like the idea of a high school superhero.
Yeah, I'd like to see him kind of at the top of his game.
Because, 1 minute he's side by side with Captain America, the Avengers, helping do things. Next minute he's getting shoved around by Flash Thompson, and he's like, oh, I could, I know people. Who do you know,
I
Parker?
think that's, and also it differentiates him from every other superhero, right? Like, is there there is no bigger teenage superhero. Like, he is the biggest and best one of that genre, which seems to be. Well, I mean, aside from Robin, yeah, but
he's it. Yeah, he's the teenage. He is it.
And it's like, I don't know if anyone's picked up on it, but teenagers doing crazy genre stuff seems to be what the kids want to go see in the movie theaters these days.
Yeah. You know what we were going to
dude,
talk
an all
about?
teen Secret Wars. Boom, done.
Oh my
Sold.
God. I'm crazy for the Secret Wars. I mean, it's like that was a naked toy grab at the time, but I was 8 years old and didn't care. I got all the Secret Wars for they'd have quarter comic conventions, and I would grab them one at a time. And I
remember reading the one where Spider-Man sits down at the machine and gets the black suit.
Sure.
I'm like, this is so cool. He looks like a ninja now.
Well, and it was funny because they were like, oh, I guess subconsciously I was thinking about Spider-Woman's costume,
Yeah.
and I guess that's why I look this way. And the fact that they let that sit there, do you know if the Alien costume saga, they had that planned out from the beginning, or because they let it just
highly
sit
doubt
for a long time?
I think the symbiote stuff kind of came on later after it was like, hey, let's figure out a way to get this, Get him out of the
Gotta get rid of the
blacktop.
costume. What if it doesn't want to be gotten rid of?
Oh, dude, it was so great. All of that was
It'd be
awesome.
so rad. The one thing we did want to do is continue the journey toward the journey.
Yeah, I need a link to the journey. I know it's locked, and I know that I got a link from who are fabulous editors that are.
I know that the man who is going through and spearheading all of the reading is our very own California Carl. So a huge shout out to him. But we got word just as the show was going live that it is ready for us to start reading. And by us, I don't just mean me and Brian. I mean everybody to start reading their favorite chapters and voting them up. We'll do a big mega thread on the Reddit so everybody can let us know what your favorite episode is.
Let's actually take a moment as a thank you, if nothing else, to California Carl and all the hardworking folks who edited all this. Let's actually read his whole post. And by the way, it's diamondclub.reddit.com is where you can see all this stuff. I believe it's probably stickied or voted up at the top. California Carl says, "Hi, everyone. Here's the current status of the self-help book as of January 27th. As per Brian and Jerry's directive, the dock has now been locked down." And he says, Noble Apocalypse, Dr. RB, T2T2, and Waffleophagus all volunteered for cleanup duty along with me, California Carl. So we're going through all the chapters to do basic cleanup work. Cleanup work includes making sure each chapter is in the list of chapters, making sure the basic chapter info, location, problem, epiphany has been filled in, making sure they're readable, not one big mass of text. We are not doing any major editing right now. We are not deleting chapters. So far, it's not yet been decided how chapters will be chosen. How will chapters be chosen? I have no idea. So I guess we've got to figure that out. So I guess they've finished, and so now there's a doc link on this one. We could take a look at it. I guess let's just discuss it inside the. God, I will never. Hold on, I forgot to turn on the music. I'm gonna play this. Here we go. Instead of the journey music,
one of the things I do to relax is to hum. I thought I'd give you a little humming tune here. This is one that I find I fall into in my acting when I'm.
All right,
that's enough.
Andrew. What? Are you aware of this project?
I was told of the early inception of the premise, the early stages. I have not followed it along the way.
Well, let's
not followed the
go
journey
ahead
of the
and bring
journey.
you up to speed on kind of where we are, and then also somebody in the chat room get Brian. There is a new Zebgon's chapter read.
Oh, if that one's legit, if that's new, then we'll definitely take a listen to it.
Available for it. So basically, what has kind of come of this project is we wanted to do a self-help book, much in the same way that we wanted with Diamond Club. We wanted to do a romance novel with no plot, only sex. Now we wanted to do a self-help book that was written by the most insufferable person on the planet and provided no actual help. So just play upon all of the
All right,
tropes.
I'll write it, guys.
Well, that's just it, is that it's already written. But one of the twists that we wanted to do is see if we could appeal to other writers to maybe play along with our gag and to hopefully, I don't know, let's take a listen here. This track is, so it's 3 minutes long. Let's see how much we can get through here. Let's
Learn to forgive.
Oh, wait.
Berlin,
Sorry,
Germany.
that's the website making all that
Visiting
noise.
the remains of the Berlin
Wait for
Wall,
it.
I was overwhelmed
Ah,
by
crap, I got too much stuff. Oh, get out of here.
a lesson
I like-
on how to forgive. A man was talking on his cell phone when he hurried past my table, bumping my arm on his way out of the cafe we were both patronizing. His contact caused me to spill my preciously iced Coke all over my new Abercrombie & Fitch distressed jeans. I was torn between concern if I should get another Coke without scanty pants glances from everyone around me, and my worry if the soda stain would detract from the artistically placed paint splatters.
By the way, real quick, Bonnie is mouthing over to my side that she wrote this chapter. This is a Bonnie chapter.
Seriously, what do Germans have against serving sodas? I decided to worry about the jeans because you just can't get great splatters like that. Real paint splatters look drippy and too chunky. A real eyesore. Imagine all the work that goes into crafting jeans that cost $200. Someone gets paid to teach those little dudes from wherever little dudes make jeans to flick the paint just right. All these little dudes flicking paint in some factory so I can wear some awesome jeans, and this soda spilling guy didn't even stop to apologize. He shouted something at me that sounded like an insult. I heard something Krankenhaus, and he ran off. I've been in Berlin long enough to recognize the name of a club when I hear it. Here's some truth I'm going to drop on you right now. You have to live the language when you go to a new land. In Germany, house at the end of an impossibly syllabled word means it's a place. Conveniently, there was a waiter taking someone's order right next to me, so I asked him what the man had said. The waiter replied, he was sorry. He had to meet his wife at the hospital. Whatever. I'm sure I'll see him at the Krankenhaus tonight after a couple of steins of grog. I spoke the language saying Dankeschön like I've lived there all my life and ordered another Coke. Fuck if the waiter didn't give me the scancy pants look. Later that night, I did see that Coke-spilling bastard. He was at the Krankenhaus. I had been out of the dance club enjoying the local scenery, and by scenery I mean amazing bodies of two top models who were enjoying the night out. We had lots of drinks. I know because I got my credit card statement, it seems I bought a lot of drinks that night. When the first blonde spilled her drink loaded with red grenadine down my pant leg, I looked at blonde number 2 and asked her to take me to the Krankenhaus immediately. They looked alarmed for some reason, but we made our way through the throngs of clubbers till we reached the street. They flagged a cab and shoved me in. I thought they would join me, but they just slammed the door and ran off after shouting something at the driver. I vaguely remember the cab ride, but I definitely remember seeing Mr. Spill My Drink in the lobby of Krankenhaus. He was surrounded by loads of people all smiling and looking at his phone as he nodded and spoke rapidly. I noticed someone else run up to Mr. Spill My Drink with a hug and a big pink bear with a bow. I thought, shit, I got to see what's so exciting. I walked a mostly straight line to the grouping and edged in to have a look to see what the commotion was. I looked on as he played a video of himself cutting the umbilical cord of a red squalling newborn. It was at this moment, realizing I really was in a hospital lobby and not some lab club, realizing this man had been meeting his wife, realizing he was in a hurry so he could help bring new life into this world. It was at this moment I learned to forgive. I brought the wall down. The secret to forgiveness is to be so disgusted by someone else's circumstances that you have no room for anger. Offended by the sight of an umbilical cord, I left the little group in peace so I could vomit in the potted plant standing sentry by the door. I felt reborn as I emerged into a new world. A world where I could be mindful of the fact that people all around me have squalling burdens, and I should be glad in my heart that I can just go buy another pair of jeans.
Diamond Club hopes you've enjoyed this presentation.
Oh, holy shit. Well done, Bonnie. Well done, Sevgons. That was fantastic.
I think somebody
So
went
here's
in
what I
and-
think we've kind of realized with this is like this is different than Diamond Club in that Diamond Club was very much, I think, stayed very close to its premise because it was a very a more rigid premise, whereas people have taken the character of Chet Page into so many weird and different directions, and this is definitely like its own kind of its own work, but like the character has sort of come alive in this weird way. But of course, we have a published author. You are in the process of publishing the second of the Jessica Blackwood novels. What is your reaction after hearing a sample chapter of The Journey?
You know, there is such a fine line in self-help between reality and parody. And I think of was Frederick Lenz, who did Surfing in the Himalayas, who was this guy that he was featured on 2020 or 60 Minutes, and they show him giving a seminar to all of his devotees, and he makes a joke. He makes I took into programming, and it turned out I was pretty good at it. And they all go, ha, ha, ha. They all laugh. It was robotic and weird and really, 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 really weird. And I'm engaged in this character because I see that level of delusion, and I want to see that progress.
Dude, I am so excited. So what we've decided is that 100% of the proceeds of this will go to Project Heifer. Wait, what?
I think it's called Heifer International.
Yeah, no. But there's another URL that Patrick Rothfuss uses. He's got like it. I mean, the money still goes to Heifer International, but it's Patrick Rothfuss's chair project. I don't know. Mitsula says Project Hefner. Worldbuilders.org is what I was thinking of. So I don't know if we.
Yes, that's right.
But at any rate, we'd love it if a few authors were in on the joke and we could spread the word on it.
There is one little expenditure that I would like to take out of all of the money, any money that is generated, because we do. Andrew, have you seen the cover of the Journey?
I'm like thinking, man, this is Walking with the Caveman. This is awesome.
Yeah.
We have to pay a modeling license fee to T2T2, who modeled for that amazing photo.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I have some ideas on a fun thing that we could do for T2T2 with if this thing sells in the way that we want it.
I want to see the full-size cardboard standee holding the book.
Oh my god!
I mean, listen, all I'm going to say is that the last time that we had a big book, we had the person we used as the author signing copies at DragonCon.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, it seems like that'd be great if we could get the author of The Journey to
We
Come
could get
sign.
Chet Page to DragonCon. It'd be nice.
That would be amazing. By the way, if you guys want to read the book and discuss it on the Reddit, then head on over to bit.ly/NABook2, all lowercase. That's NABOOK2, the number 2. And you can read the book and chime in at diamondclub.reddit.com, which I guess, Justin, does that mean it's a little bit of time for Diamond Time?
Of course, Diamond Time is where we go ahead and read out your projects. You can submit them at our subreddit, the same place that you're going to vote on your own chapters for the books. That is diamondclub.reddit.com. It's a sticky post at the top of the Reddit every single Tuesday. Top one comes in and says this. My wife and I are starting a podcast called Adventures in Parking. While I think a podcast on places to put your car when not in it is a good idea, ours is going to be about state and national parks and historical sites. We want to talk about our experiences at the parks we've been to, discuss news about the national park system, and interview public figures about the history and science of their site. We got a Kickstarter to help us get it off the ground. Just go ahead and search for Adventures in Parking on Kickstarter, and the beginnings of the website can be found in adventuresinparking.com. Find the actual links right there in the subreddit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Kickstarter.com/projects. Just adventuresinparking.com. Sorry, Bonnie reminded me there was one bit of business that we had intended to get to. We'll get to it at the end of Diamond Time.
And then, of course, we have a longtime Diamond Clubber here, harking back to the days of the BB Live show on February 13th. My friends and I will be venturing once again through the mystical land of Hyrule with our Zelda Marathon, raising money for the Child's Play charity. It'll be our 4th year. We'd like all of Chatrealm and Diamond Club to help us make it the best one yet. Head on over to HyruleHustlers.com to check us out and take a look at some of the awesome prizes you can win by watching. You want an early sneak peek at our intro video? Check it out. Go ahead on over to the to the Reddit or watch a little bit of it right now.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, wait, this is definitely 3 minutes long. And it definitely is gameplay footage of sorry, I'm going to get hypnotized. Yes, no, definitely. I love the fact that everybody's, benefiting Child's Play.
And of course, we have starting up a YouTube/Twitch gaming channel. It'll most likely be drunk and raging about how much I suck at the games I play. It'll be a jolly old time over at, oh, good God, this name.
Alibastus 2021's channel. AELI. Sounds too close to something else.
Oh my gosh.
Just go to reddit.diamondclub.com because there's no way I'm
Yeah,
gonna be able to-
all right, listen, for everybody who votes on these, and by the way, it makes me so happy that we have people that want to shout out their own projects because this is so much a part of the community. But new Reddit when it comes to this, go ahead and help it out for the people that actually have to read this on the show. You know, like if give me some phonetic spellings, maybe, just help me out.
Alibastus 2021.
Also, you're able to check out all of those links and sites on the show notes at nightattack.tv.
Heck yes. All right, Bonnie had one more bit of business that you wanted to share with everyone.
I was going to tell you Penny's new joke.
Oh,
and you're
Penny's got a
like,
new joke?
Yeah, and you're
It's-
all like,
tell
save
me-
it for the show. Save it for
It's
the
not
show.
Night Fist, is it?
No. Oh, come on. So she's reading Mental Floss because, like, she's like, I hate learning. I'm going to read all this trivia. Okay. And then so they're talking about urinals and, like, glass urinals and all these different type of urinals and history of urinals. And then later on, I'm in the bathroom. She goes, hey, Mom, through the door. You know, they can't leave you alone. You know, hey, Mom. I'm like, yeah. She goes, Can I tell you a joke? It's body humor. Is that okay? Like, can I? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then she goes, okay, there's two guys standing at a urinal. And I'm like, oh my God. Two guys standing at a urinal. And one guy starts to go. And you hear, psst. And the other guy says, what?
All right.
I don't know. It's just so weird. There you go. That's your joke.
Benadryl.
Night Fist. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Is there anything that you would like to get the word out on?
I would love. Listen, I've said this before, but like the only reason I even have a career in publishing is because of the support of all of you out there. And if you happen to read Angel Killer,
It's good.
and you want to give me a review, a good review, and go over to Amazon or iTunes or Amazon especially, and let the folks know that you loved it. That would be great. That would mean a lot. I mean, if you guys have read Angel Killer and you want to leave a nice review and you like it, just please do that. If you didn't like it, don't blame me. I was under constraint. It wasn't my fault. There was a lot of pressure. I couldn't handle it. I didn't know what was going to happen in my life.
Dude, rocking 4.5 stars. Let's get that up even more. Let's make.
So listen, I mean, Amazon, iTunes, Amazon, Goodreads, Amazon, any of the sites, whatever you want. Just go ahead and
if
Amazon.
you're jazzed about Angel Killer, the sequel, guess what? If you type in Name of the Devil.
What?
Name of the Devil.
It says it's the Night Fist.
Andrew Mayne, Name of the Devil.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Try that again. Just scroll. I don't know if we're...
Mayne, here we go. Name of the Devil, Andrew Mayne. Oh, no images available.
snap.
but-
We're going to do a cover reveal, but guess what? That's the next book.
Dude, right on. You can pre-order it for only $4.74 on
I'm
Kindle.
By the
only kind
way-
of sad that I'm like new to the series because this is the kind of series I like to discover after there's like 5 books out because I just gobble them up.
I'm
And
writing
it's
as fast as I can, Bonnie.
I know. I'm just like I was just thinking, well, that's already written. Do I get a preview copy?
Maybe. And I will tell you guys this. There is a short story of Jessica Blackwood that takes place in between Name of the Devil and Angel Killer, and we will be seeing that relatively soon.
Oh, sweet.
Dude, this is
Wait, I read it?
Maybe.
I don't know if I read that.
Maybe you haven't.
Gosh, dang it. I read Name of the Devil, or at least the version of Name of the Devil back in the early versions of Name of the Devil, because I know that you've been working on it a lot since then. But
Can I tell you that Name of the Devil now is 25,000 words longer?
what?
smokes. No. I mean, it's and man, that book is awesome. If you enjoyed Angel Killer and you enjoyed some of the amazing large scale horror that Andrew is able to wreak upon an unsuspecting world, I'll just say the first probably 10, 15 pages of Name of the Devil is I found more disturbing than anything that happened in the first book. It is like chilling visuals, like in the first 15 pages.
Awesome. And if you haven't heard us talk about it before, Justin was the one that said, let's just all be thankful that Andrew Mayne is writing about insane serial killers with brilliant ideas.
I mean, all right, here's what you need to understand, and I've said this before. When your job is to talk with Andrew Mayne about magic methods, almost all day for varying different things, whether they be small or big or large. Combine that with the other half of the day that is spent talking about stories and storytelling and compelling and engrossing elements, and then you read Angel Killer about these large, gigantic, gruesome, disgusting magic tricks that are world changing. You're like, wow, there's definitely a version of Andrew that doesn't have the fine upbringing that Andrew did, and is not the moral, good-hearted person. It is instead the lunatic warlock who decides he wants to make his mark on the world in the most grisly fashion possible.
Justin, I think you made a very good case why everybody should support my writing career.
Absolutely,
Yes,
for God's sakes.
indeed.
Hey, we got one more thing that the chat realm is blasting us on. Apparently, somebody created us living together in The
my
Sims.
God.
It says we move into a house.
Look at you
We
guys.
got comedy albums on the wall.
You look so bleak. You look kind of
Brian
sad.
asked Justin if he wants
How
to
do
watch.
both look like women that had like beards to make it look like men?
Does
It's a whole story. It says Justin says sure, and
Oh,
they
look
sit
what
and
they're
watch
watching.
some quality programming in his spearmint nitrate. After watching TV for 12 straight hours, Brian and Justin decided it's
look at
time to
that.
sleep.
Aw.
The next day, Justin catches Brian eating his favorite cereal. Justin's not impressed. Justin takes revenge out on Brian by mocking him all day.
Oh my God.
Justin decides to cook Brian something special to eat. Justin secretly sprinkles some alley
Alley
soup on
soup.
Brian food. Justin hands Brian the food. I hope you like it, Justin says sarcastically. Brian does not like Justin's food. Brian has had enough of Justin's shit. They decide to let it slide and go outside to watch some clouds. They've had an epic, fun-filled day.
No lie, that looks like these guys.
Can we make this children's book? Justin tells this man he has a
Jesus, how
stupid
long
hat.
is this story? This is like a real-time life.
This is
Oh
the
my God.
this is the end of it, man. It's
The Mick Jagger pose.
imager.com/a/tb4og if you guys
You can
want
find
to
it on
see
the Reddit, diamondclub.reddit.com.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
that Reddit is popping now. It's so fun.
Hot off the press, we're looking at an actual
Oh,
T-shirt
my
of
gosh.
I'm Anthony Carboni. Amazing. All right, you
good
got anything else
graphic.
to you wanted to touch on today, Justin?
No, man. Tell you what, I'm super pumped to be able to hang out with you guys each and every week, and yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Sorry, it took me a little while to find the thing. Man, love you guys. Thanks for making it. Thanks for waiting a little bit late. Thanks for working around your schedule, Justin. I guess we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Dying of fire.
Oh no, night attack is done. My heart has been broken. The depression's just begun. Brian Brushwood, every time you leave, I wanna hurt myself by pissing off some bees. I'm allergic to bees. Oh, Justin Robert Young, every time you go, I get so sad that I wanna drink a warm glass of Drano. Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack. I love you.
The schlong slapper.